Thunder Marine presents Living the Water Life's Tip of the Week with Vince Noble and Captain Jim Pollard.
The weather's finally breaking. It's getting nice out. I want to go buy a boat. What do you look for in buying a boat?
What I look for in my recent purchase of my vessel was, what am I going to be using it for? Am I going to be using it for a family? Am I going to be using it for sunset cruises? Am I going to be using it for fishing? So with me and my background, I do a lot of tournaments and I also do charter fishing. But then I wanted something that's going to work with my family as well.
So I went and found the man, Steve Wacker, the owner of Thunder Marine. How you doing again?
Good to see you,
buddy.
Great to see you, Jim.
I tell you what, this boat here is by far gorgeous.
Thank you.
It's a 265 XTS model, and I tell you what, it looks like a fishing machine.
It is.
Tell me some tidbits on it.
Be glad to.
What's it handle?
It handles a lot. This is a new model for Nautic this year. It's their 265 XTS. And this model was created with a lot of new innovation. There's a lot of things they did this year that we haven't done in years past. I'll start with moving forward. Big bow area, as you can see, lots of casting area. Everything's recessed on the deck. All of our hardware is recessed. We use a 6-pin setup, all stainless steel. We have huge fish lockers that are all insulated. And if you look at our lids, how they open all the way, it's because it's a double barrel hinge. This allows you to get more access to the well, you know, all the things that you have in there, and it can dub as a rod holder too. So what's nice about that is when you're going to the restaurant, you simply close it, you can lock it, and all your hardware can be locked and secured, you know, if you have one for the family. Pre-wired everything for the trolling motor, even has the trim remote, because from the front of the boat, if you get to shallow conditions, you can trim the motor up.
And that's a great feature. I've used that many times, you know, drifting the flats, looking for bait, and all of a sudden there's a little rock
Have variation or something like that. So instead of the captain having to leave his post, they can flip the switch and you can trim the motor up from the front of the boat. So it's really nice.
I tell you, you know, the layout looks just like my 24-foot model, but it's wider, it's longer, and everything's orientated the same.
Pretty much.
All the hatches.
It's a 9-foot beam, a little bit wider than our traditional beam. Instead of an 8.6, we went to a full 9-foot beam. Boat's a little over 26 feet long. Has a full V bottom on it with a vented chine, and what that means to you is it controls the water and keeps you dry in the boat. Nautic CAD designed all these holes prior to laying up the mold. So the nice thing about that is we figured out where the water is going before the boat was built. And I think you see that from a lot of people perspective, because you know,
definitely.
I know you do a lot of offshore. I know we've caught a lot of king together and had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But the boat's dry.
Now I know this is a big question for a lot of people when you start seeing boats of this size. What is the draft?
Draft on this is going to be about 12 inches.
Okay.
Yeah, with a load and passengers. So actually, for this size, the boat's very forgiving.
It is. And what about the what is the draft when running?
Running, you're probably more like 28 inches.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because I know with my 24 XCS model, I know you told me it was gonna, you know, 12 inches and then 10 inches of running. And although I don't recommend it to all boaters, I have
exceeded that.
I have exceeded those numbers on both of them. So to be exact, I don't know, but I know I came in under both of those.
Wow.
And that is with the half a tank of fuel.
Neat.
But it's a very impressive ride.
Yeah.
You know, when you get into some slobs, some chop, you know, keeps you dry.
It does.
It has that reverse chine, doesn't it?
That's the key to it. When the chines are angled down, it rolls the water down as opposed to flat, you know, hitting it flat, which is uncontrolled. And that's where the wind catches you and gets you wet in the boat. So a lot of design characteristics in that area with this product. Another thing is the function of working the deck. As you can see, the steps are wide and they transition up. Instead of having a big leap, you know, going up and down, it's easier this way, and it gave us another area for storage as well.
And that's a huge help for me when I'm driving and I need to throw the cast net off the front.
Right.
And I step out from the wheel.
Right.
I'm not tripping over it.
Right.
It's just a gradual, straight up to the
And
bow.
it's a nice cleaning source too, because you're generally a lot higher here, and the bucket can be here, and a 10-foot net, you know, you're a lot taller. You can clean it a lot easier. You know.
Exactly.
So it's pretty nice.
But I would love to see this thing in the water. I mean, it looks beautiful sitting out here.
I want to run this
But
one too.
this one in the water, I think with that color combination,
And the other thing we did this year, we did a whole new T-top, a little bit different than we've seen on most boats. We integrated all the piping into the console, and in doing so, we picked up 4 inches on the floor, 2 each side. You know, you have a 2-3 inch pipe sticking out the floor, you've kind of encroached that space. We've been able to integrate that into our consoles this year, which picked up a lot of room, much more aesthetic presentation, and the way it lays in just all fitted together really nice. We also have a unified stringer in the boat, and what's nice about that, it's hard to see here, but we go way down to here in our head system. So with our bathrooms in the boat, you have a lot more headroom where you don't have a giant console you have to look over. So we're able to go into the stringers of the boat. Being it's what they call a unified stringer, it's a one-piece unit, we have a pan that can lay on there, the structure that makes it nice for inside the boat. So for chartering and things like you do, and having to have a bathroom or things like that, this boat will accommodate that real easy.
And then just the added storage.
Absolutely. Gives you a lot more depth to it. There's sea deck in there for it's barefoot friendly, you know, it's nice on the feet, and everything drains overboard on an Nauticstar. All your live well, all your fish boxes, all your floor scuppers, everything's going to drain overboard. So this is called a dry deck boat. And so if water gets on here, we thought of where it's going before it's too late.
And that's the thing I love is what Nauticstar has done. And even when I purchased mine and got it, just start getting into the hull and start getting in underneath the deck and looking at inspecting things, they thought of a lot of the little things that they don't show. And the little things, like you said, like dry deck boat, you know, before I pick up clients, I can just bucket the boat, give it a quick scrub, dry it down. You know,
and it's not draining in the bilge. You know, the big areas we don't drain over the side. Right, so it just drains over side. So if it's in the driveway, you know, you're sitting there with it raining and raining and raining, not killing all your batteries. Because a lot of guys will have the boat in the driveway, have it jacked up, and before they go, the batteries are dead. You know, because everything drained in the bilge and you're fighting it with your bilge pump, that eliminate that problem. So it's pretty easy to do, and they were able to figure the floor through the CAD design to be higher than the water line, so we have gravity feed. There's no pumps required. And the deck is slightly crowned. It goes like this, and these little scuppers right here, that's why these are diamond grid here, and this is just traction. Because this is actually a thought of process here to help that water go to these channels and run right out of the floor scuppers in the boat. So you're always going to have a dry deck on the boat.
Yeah, dry deck, I mean,
much more comfortable for the people, and, you know, obviously
really
more safe, you know, and keeps the boat
and
running.
as far as the batteries, I mean, I know one of the things we did with mine when we were putting all the accessories on there was the onboard battery charger.
Right.
And that's a huge deal. You can just back it in the driveway or anything, wherever you store it on the lift, just run an extension cord out there, plug it in, and it's going to charge your batteries, it's going to maintenance your batteries, you know, and
that's the other nice feature about it, because it has an auto shut-off. You can bake a battery by overcharging it, and what happens is it'll give you a false charge. You'll kill a cell by overheating the battery, and it'll go up to 12 volts, but when you put the dwell on it, it wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
So that's usually when you're at the ramp, you know, you go to start it, and those are the days you want to avoid. So that was another thing that you brought up that they do. They take a lot of the things out of boating that have tripped up the boater, you know, to ruin the day. And, you know, those small little things, as you know, with all the boats you've had, we had to fight those things, and now they're on autopilot, so that's pretty nice.
Yeah. One of the things you mentioned to me earlier was, you know, battery and getting a corrosion on the battery terminals, and you piqued my interest on that, because every now and then, you know, it's not all the time, but like that auto shut off you were talking about, I know when charging batteries they can emit a fume or a gas.
They can.
And that's what causes it to corrode.
It's actually what causes the corrosion, right.
So you had a little tip, and I'm gonna test my boat with it, and I'm gonna put it on there. I'll see how it does.
All right.
Not that I have any corrosion right now, but you know, it's a preventative thing.
It really is.
And it's
pretty intriguing, yes.
For me, having 4 batteries, it only cost me 8 pennies.
Exactly.
So,
and a heck of a lot less than bringing it to the shop. So what happens when you charge your batteries? They emit emission from it that actually is grabbed by the connections, and it's almost like a zinc anode. So one of my techs, we were interviewing him today on, you know, what's a good trick I could probably share with the public on this. He said, take a penny with silicone, not a hard glue, or a you know, something that can handle vibration, and glue one down to each side of your battery. And he said you will never ever have a corroded battery terminal again. That fumes will attack the penny and not your connections. So it's pretty cool.
And then you could just pop it off.
Just pop it off, put the penny back in your pocket, and never have a dirty corrosion.
Go.
Exactly.
Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna test that theory, and I'm gonna put it on all 4 of my batteries, and then we'll touch back. We'll
I'm interested to see what it looks like after 6 months or something like that, you know. But they told me you'll never deal with a corroded battery thing in your life. So
Penny for your thoughts.
we'll see. Yeah.
Well, Steve, it's great seeing you again.
Great
as
seeing
always.
you. I'm glad you're enjoying your boat.
I absolutely love it.
Great.
And everybody that, you know, all my clients, they absolutely love the boat.
Nice.
And I couldn't think, you know, you here at Thunder Marine, you've never steered me wrong.
For sure.
You know, you always look at what are you going to do with your boat.
Right.
And this is my third boat.
I know.
My third boat buying from you.
Up and down.
And, you know, different companies, different models. But
Yeah.
of other models and companies that I've that you've carried in the past, this boat I think is absolutely awesome.
Well, we've done our homework on, you know, what we offer our consumer. You know, we want you to enjoy the boat. We need a unit that works, you know, and things that function properly. And we take a lot of pride in that. You know, we research the companies. It's not only the product they build, but who are they? And, you know, we're only as good as they are. So the company's been second to none. We've been lucky to be their #1 dealer nationally for the last 6 years.
And that's awesome.
But the product sells itself. I mean, it really is good product. They stand behind it. There's great warranties, things like that they do. And the people love their boats. You know, one of the things I go to the shows and they love the ride of their boat. You know,
And there's nothing better than having, you know, buying a boat from someone that you have a relationship with, you know, like you, it's a family, you know, family business, but selling a product like Nautic Star that they truly believe so much in and they back their product 100%. It's, you know, for me, it's a heck of an experience.
We have a lot of guys that do two things. They do they use our boats professionally, and they use a lot of them for family purposes. You know, they have a little bit of each in them, so the boats have a unified, you know, different things they can do with the boat. So it's not just hardcore this and it's family that. You know, we kind of get both things in there. But I really appreciate you coming up seeing us today.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time and showing me. And like always,
my pleasure.
it's great seeing you.
See you, tight lines.
All right.
This has been your tip of the week, sponsored by Custom Rods, Sea School, Big Daddy Sports Fishing, Pirate Johnny's, Sunsect, and the CCA. We'll see you next time.